Eastbourne final, Leylah Fernandez v Daria Kasatkina. And Daria Kasatkina with a breaker serve on return in the first game of the match. So Daria Kasatkina's service game. 1-0 Daria Kasatkina in the first set, leading with a breaker serve. Daria Kasatkina with topspin shots and slice, and Leylah Fernandez, lefty ball striking player. Daria Kasatkina serves to the centre of the box with depth, and Leylah Fernandez with a forehand shot, but can't get the ball much further, so 15-0. Daria Kasatkina with a wide serve with depth. Leylah Fernandez returns, but then Daria Kasatkina with a forehand to the right, and Leylah Fernandez can't quite get enough forehand racket on it, so 30-15. Daria Kasatkina serves to centre the box with depth. Leylah Fernandez returns to the forehand, but then a bit further forward, Daria Kasatkina strikes a forehand winner to the left, so 40-15. Daria Kasatkina was served to centre with depth. Leylah Fernandez forehand return. Daria Kasatkina with forehand to left with a bit of depth. Leylah Fernandez returns with depth with a shot to the right. Daria Kasatkina returns, but then a bit further forward, near to that, Leylah Fernandez strikes a backhand winner to the right. So 40-30 on this Daria Kasatkina service game. Daria Kasatkina leads with a breaker serve at 1-0 Kasatkina, as Daria Kasatkina got a breaker serve on return in the first service game matches. Daria Kasatkina's serve to the centre has a bit of depth and a little bit of kick, and Leylah Fernandez's backhand return to the left just hits the net. So that service game is held. 2-0 Daria Kasatkina with a breaker serve in the first set. Leylah Fernandez service game. Leylah Fernandez serves centre a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina returns a bit of depth. And Leylah Fernandez shot forehand slice from Daria Kasatkina. And then after Daria Kasatkina returns a Leylah Fernandez shot at the net, Leylah Fernandez with a forehand volley to the left, and it's a forehand volley winner. So 15-0. Slice backhand with depth to the right from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina with return defenseman Leylah Fernandez with a forehand volley winner to the left. So 15-0. Leylah Fernandez with a wide serve with a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina's backhand block return to the left is a bit out, so 30-0. Leylah Fernandez with a wide serve with a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand block return, and Leylah Fernandez a bit further forward strikes forehand to the right with depth. Daria Kasatkina with backhand lob on defence with a bit of depth, and then a shot from Leylah Fernandez with a forehand to the left with depth. Daria Kasatkina with a forehand return, but then Leylah Fernandez strikes a backhand winner to the right. So 40-0 on this Leylah Fernandez service game. Leylah Fernandez with a serve centre wide box depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return with depth to the left, and Leylah Fernandez then beforehand to the left just hits the net with that shot. So 40-15. Leylah Fernandez second serve to the centre just hits the net again, so double fault, and 40-30. Leylah Fernandez second serve centre a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand a bit of depth on return. Then after 2 shots or so each, Leylah Fernandez with a forehand to left with depth. Daria Kasatkina with a forehand slice return on defence, but then Leylah Fernandez just by the net with a backhand volley to the right, and it's a backhand volley winner. So that service game is held. 2-1 Daria Kasatkina with a breaker serve. So Daria Kasatkina leads the first set with a breaker serve. So Daria Kasatkina service game at 2-1 Daria Kasatkina, with Daria Kasatkina leading the first set of a breaker serve, and it's 15-0 on this Daria Kasatkina service game. Kasatkina second serve, centre box a bit of depth, but Leylah Fernandez turns to backhand with depth to left. Daria Kasatkina returns, then forehand ball striking with a bit of depth, but then Leylah Fernandez with a backhand to the left, it's just out, so 30 love. Daria Kasatkina with a serve to the centre, and it's an ace. Good serve from Daria Kasatkina, and it's an ace, so 40 love on this Daria Kasatkina service game. First ace of the match. Daria Kasatkina with a wide serve with depth, and Leylah Fernandez's backhand slice return is a bit out, so that service game is held. 3-1 Daria Kasatkina in the first set, and Daria Kasatkina maintains the lead of a breaker serve in this first set. Leylah Fernandez service game. Leylah Fernandez for serve to the centre, a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina returns to depth, and Leylah Fernandez forehand shot hits top net and bounces after 2 shots or so each. The final shot from Leylah Fernandez is a forehand to the left with depth, and then the final shot of the rally, a backhand slice from Daria Kasatkina that just hits the net. So 15 love on this Leylah Fernandez service game. Leylah Fernandez for wide serve with depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return, but then a bit further forward, Leylah Fernandez strikes a forehand winner to the right. So 30 love. Leylah Fernandez with wide serve and just out, so second serve. Leylah Fernandez second serve central depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return, but then Leylah Fernandez a bit further forward strikes a backhand winner to the left. So 40 love on this Leylah Fernandez service game. Leylah Fernandez with serve to the centre with depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand block return, and Leylah Fernandez with forehand with depth to the left. Daria Kasatkina returns to the forehand with depth to the right from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina with a forehand slice return on defence, and Leylah Fernandez to the net with a backhand volley to the left, but it just hits the net. So 40-15. Leylah Fernandez with serve to centre with depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand slice return, but then Leylah Fernandez a bit further forward strikes a forehand winner to the left. So that service game is held. 3-2 Daria Kasatkina in the first set. Kasatkina leading with a breaker serve. Daria Kasatkina service game. In the first set, 3-2, Daria Kasatkina leading break serve. Kasatkina will serve to centre of the box with depth. Leylah Fernandez forehand return with depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand return, then forehand to the right with depth from Leylah Fernandez. Now after 2 shots or so each, after Leylah Fernandez a bit further forward, strikes a backhand winner to the right, and it's deuce. Daria Kasatkina reserve centre wide the box depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return with depth, and then after 2 shots or so each, a forehand from Leylah Fernandez, forehand from Daria Kasatkina with a bit of depth to the centre, and then Leylah Fernandez's backhand shot after that just hits the net, so advantage Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina with a centre to wide to the box. Leylah Fernandez returns to depth after another shot or so each. Daria Kasatkina a forehand to left with depth. Leylah Fernandez returns. Backhand slice to the centre with depth from Daria Kasatkina. Leylah Fernandez returns after 2 shots each. Leylah Fernandez with the second shot of a forehand with depth to the right, a bit further forward, and then Daria Kasatkina's backhand slice return on defence. The shot is a bit out from Daria Kasatkina, so deuce. Daria Kasatkina will serve to the centre, just out, so second serve. Daria Kasatkina with a wide serve with depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand with depth from Daria Kasatkina to the centre. Leylah Fernandez returns, but then Daria Kasatkina strikes a forehand winner to the left, so advantage Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina reserved to centre with depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return, and then Daria Kasatkina with a forehand to the left, but just out, so deuce. Daria Kasatkina with a wide serve, but just out, so second serve. Daria Kasatkina second serve to the centre, a bit of depth. Leylah Fernandez forehand return, and forehand with depth from Daria Kasatkina. Forehand with depth from Leylah Fernandez, backhand from Daria Kasatkina. Forehand from Leylah Fernandez, backhand slice from Daria Kasatkina. Leylah Fernandez with a forehand with depth to the right. Daria Kasatkina returns and a drive forehand volley to the left from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina returns, and then Daria Kasatkina returns, and Leylah Fernandez forehand shot to the right with a backhand winner to the left. What a point on return of serve from Daria Kasatkina. Leylah Fernandez hit ball striking shots. Daria Kasatkina with returns on defence, and then on the last shot, Daria Kasatkina hit a backhand return winner to the left. Daria Kasatkina with a wide serve with depth. Leylah Fernandez forehand return with depth. And then at the net, Leylah Fernandez with a forehand drive volley to the left, and it's a forehand drive volley winner. So deuce. Daria Kasatkina reserve to the centre box with depth. Leylah Fernandez forehand return with depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return. But then a bit further forward, Leylah Fernandez strikes a forehand winner to the left. So deuce. Daria Kasatkina with a serve to the centre, just out, so second serve. Daria Kasatkina, second serve centre, a bit of depth and a bit of kick, and Leylah Fernandez's forehand return to the right just hits the net, so advantage Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina reserve to the centre. Clips the top of the net and may have bounced in, so maybe let first serve, but another serve still for Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina reserve to the centre with depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return. Daria Kasatkina forehand to left with a bit of depth, and then after a return from Leylah Fernandez, a shot from Daria Kasatkina just out, so deuce. Probably the most competitive service game of the first set at this point. Deuce on this Daria Kasatkina service game. Daria Kasatkina reserved to the centre of the box with a bit of depth and a bit of kick, and Leylah Fernandez's backhand return just hits the net, so advantage Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina reserve to the centre, a bit of depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return with depth. Forehand from Daria Kasatkina, and Leylah Fernandez with forehand to the right with depth. Daria Kasatkina returns, and Leylah Fernandez with forehand to the left with a bit of depth, and Daria Kasatkina's forehand return shot just hits the net after that, so deuce. Daria Kasatkina reserve to the centre with depth. Leylah Fernandez forehand return, backhand bit of depth to the right from Daria Kasatkina, then backhand to the right on return with a bit of depth from Leylah Fernandez, and then Daria Kasatkina, the backhand shot on defence to the left is just out, so advantage and break point Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina with a wide serve with a bit of depth, and Leylah Fernandez's forehand return to the right is a bit out, so deuce. Daria Kasatkina with a centre wide serve with depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return, and Daria Kasatkina strikes a forehand with depth to left. Leylah Fernandez's forehand return on defence to the centre is just out, so advantage Daria Kasatkina on this Daria Kasatkina service game, leading 3-2 in this first set with a breaker serve. Daria Kasatkina with a wide serve with a bit of depth. Leylah Fernandez forehand return, and Daria Kasatkina forehand to left with a bit of depth. And then Leylah Fernandez with a short angled forehand shot to the right, but it's just out. So Daria Kasatkina holds that service game and maintains the lead with a breaker serve in this first set. So 4-2 Daria Kasatkina in the first set, maintaining the lead with a breaker serve. Leylah Fernandez second serve to the centre of a bit of depth, but Daria Kasatkina strikes a backhand return winner ace to the right. Backhand return winner ace from Daria Kasatkina. So love 15. Leylah Fernandez reserve to centre box with depth. Daria Kasatkina return a bit of depth. And after a shot or so each, Leylah Fernandez just by the net hits a backhand short volley. It's a backhand short volley winner. So 15-all. Leylah Fernandez for a forehand to the centre, but just out. So second serve. Leylah Fernandez, second serve to the centre with a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina, backhand return. Leylah Fernandez, forehand to the right with a bit of depth. Backhand return to the left with depth from Daria Kasatkina. And then one shot or so each, and then two shots or so each. A forehand from Leylah Fernandez to the left with a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina, forehand, return, bit of depth to the right. And then after a shot or so each, Daria Kasatkina with a forehand with depth to the centre, and Leylah Fernandez then with a backhand to the right, but the shot is just out, so 15-30. Leylah Fernandez reserved to centre of the box, bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return with depth. Forehand from Leylah Fernandez. Backhand with depth again from Daria Kasatkina. Leylah Fernandez forehand. Daria Kasatkina returns. And then Leylah Fernandez with the last shot of a rally with a forehand to the right. It's a bit out. So 15-40 and 2 break points for Daria Kasatkina on this Leylah Fernandez service game. Leylah Fernandez with a serve to centre, bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return, bit of depth. Forehand shot with depth to the left from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina returns, and Daria Kasatkina returns another shot. And then an overhead smash near the net from Leylah Fernandez to the left, and it's an overhead smash winner, so 30-40. Forehand drive volley to the right from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina with backhand slice return on defence, but then Leylah Fernandez with the next shot here. Overhead smash winner to the left. Leylah Fernandez with a wide serve, a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina's backhand return is just out, so deuce. Leylah Fernandez with a wide serve, bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand block return. Leylah Fernandez with forehand to right, bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return, bit of depth, and Leylah Fernandez forehand, and then Daria Kasatkina backhand again. And after a shot or so each, Leylah Fernandez with forehand to the right with depth. Daria Kasatkina returns. Leylah Fernandez with backhand with depth to the centre. Daria Kasatkina returns. And then Daria Kasatkina with a forehand with depth to the right. And then Leylah Fernandez with a backhand to the left. It's just out, so advantage Daria Kasatkina. Break point. Leylah Fernandez was centre to wide serve of the box with depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return with depth, and then to the left, but then Leylah Fernandez with a forehand to the left. It hits the top of the net and bounces over and in, so deuce. Leylah Fernandez with serves to centre, a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return with depth, and Leylah Fernandez forehand. Backhand from Daria Kasatkina with depth again. Leylah Fernandez forehand again. Backhand Kasatkina, forehand from Fernandez. Forehand Kasatkina. Backhand drop shot to the right from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina onto it. A backhand slice and a lob from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina for forehand return on defence, but then Leylah Fernandez at net with a forehand volley to the left, and it's a forehand volley winner. So advantage Leylah Fernandez. Leylah Fernandez with a wide serve of depth. Daria Kasatkina's backhand return just hits the net, so that service game is held. Daria Kasatkina at 4-3 leads the first set with a breaker serve. Daria Kasatkina service game. Daria Kasatkina serves centre wide box depth. Leylah Fernandez returns. A backhand return from Leylah Fernandez to the right with a bit of depth, and then Daria Kasatkina's forehand shot to the right is just out, so love 15. Daria Kasatkina reserves to centre with a bit of depth and a bit of kick, and Leylah Fernandez's backhand return to the left is a bit out, so 15 all. (30-15) on this Daria Kasatkina service game. Daria Kasatkina has just won a point. Daria Kasatkina serves centre with depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return with depth, and then Daria Kasatkina turns with depth, and then forehand to left from Daria Kasatkina. Leylah Fernandez returns, and another forehand from Daria Kasatkina to left after Leylah Fernandez returned the first shot, but the second shot of Daria Kasatkina after a forehand shot from Daria Kasatkina to the left, Leylah Fernandez with a backhand shot just hits the net, so 40-15. Daria Kasatkina with a second serve sent to the box, and it's just out, so double fault, and 40-30. Daria Kasatkina serves centre a bit of depth, but kick. Leylah Fernandez returns. And then after last shot from Daria Kasatkina, Leylah Fernandez returns that with a forehand winner to the right. Leylah Fernandez strikes a forehand winner to the right. So, juice. Daria Kasatkina reserves centre wide box of depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return with depth to left. Daria Kasatkina returns with a backhand, and then Leylah Fernandez strikes a forehand to the right, but just out. So advantage Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina reserve to centre of the box with depth. Leylah Fernandez returns, but then Daria Kasatkina hits forehand to the right with depth. Leylah Fernandez returns, and Daria Kasatkina with backhand to left. Leylah Fernandez returns, and backhand Daria Kasatkina to the right with a bit of depth, and then Leylah Fernandez with forehand to the centre, just out. So that service game is held. Daria Kasatkina holds that service game and maintains the lead of a breaker serve in the first set. So 5-3 Daria Kasatkina, with Daria Kasatkina leading with breaker serve in the first set. Leylah Fernandez with a wide serve for depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand block return. And then a bit further forward, Leylah Fernandez with a forehand drive volley to the left, but it's just out. So love 15. Leylah Fernandez with a serve to centre of depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand block return. Leylah Fernandez with forehand to the left with depth. Daria Kasatkina with backhand return on defence, but then at the net, Leylah Fernandez with a forehand drop volley to the right, and it's a forehand drop volley winner. So 15 all. Leylah Fernandez with a serve to centre the box depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand return, and then Leylah Fernandez with a forehand to the left, but just out. So 15-30. Leylah Fernandez with a wide serve of depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand angled return. Leylah Fernandez with a return, but then Daria Kasatkina strikes a forehand winner to the left. So 15-40 and 2 set points for Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina with a backhand return. Short angled shot to the left. Leylah Fernandez returns with a forehand squash shot, but then Daria Kasatkina on the next shot hit a forehand winner to the left. Struck a forehand winner. 2 set points, Daria Kasatkina. Leylah Fernandez with a serve to the centre. And serve maybe in or out. So the serve is just in. So an ace for Leylah Fernandez. So one ace each in this match. For both players. Leylah Fernandez reserve towards centre just hits the net, so second serve. 30-40 on this Leylah Fernandez service game. Daria Kasatkina leading 5-3 in this first set of a breaker serve. Leylah Fernandez with a serve to the centre, but it's just out on a double fault. And it's game and first set. Daria Kasatkina 6-3 with a double break, and Daria Kasatkina leads the final in Eastbourne by 1 set to love. So second set, Daria Kasatkina service game. Daria Kasatkina with a wide serve of depth, and Leylah Fernandez's backhand return just hits the net, but the serve may be in or may be out. And the wide serve of Daria Kasatkina is just out. So second serve, first service game of the second set. Daria Kasatkina leads by 1 set to love. Daria Kasatkina reserves to centre box with a bit of kick and a bit of depth. And Leylah Fernandez's backhand return to the right just hits the net, so 15 love. Daria Kasatkina reserves to centre. Leylah Fernandez turns in after another shot, so Leylah Fernandez beforehand. Daria Kasatkina beforehand. And then Leylah Fernandez returns beforehand after that, but it hits the net a bit, so 30 love. Daria Kasatkina, second serve to the centre, a bit of depth, and then Leylah Fernandez with a forehand return winner ace to the left. Forehand return winner ace to the left from Leylah Fernandez, so 30-15. Daria Kasatkina with a wide serve with depth, and then Leylah Fernandez with a forehand return to the left. It's a bit out, so 40-15. Daria Kasatkina, second serve wide centre of the box with depth. Leylah Fernandez returns, and after another 2 shots or so, backhand to the right from Daria Kasatkina with depth. Leylah Fernandez returns, then forehand to the right with depth from Daria Kasatkina. Leylah Fernandez returns again, but then at the net, Daria Kasatkina strikes a forehand winner to the left, and that service game is held at the start of the second set. Leylah Fernandez service game. Leylah Fernandez reserve to the centre, a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina returns after a shot or so each. Leylah Fernandez with a backhand to the left, but just out, so love 15. Leylah Fernandez reserved to centre box with depth, and Daria Kasatkina's forehand return to the right is just out, so 15 all. Leylah Fernandez with a serve to centre wide box with depth. Daria Kasatkina returns, and our shot will show Leylah Fernandez with forehand to the left with depth. Daria Kasatkina returns, and Daria Kasatkina returns another Leylah Fernandez forehand with a backhand, and then Leylah Fernandez with the last shot of the point. The shot just hits the net, so 15-30. Leylah Fernandez with a Leylah Fernandez with a wide serve with depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand block return, but then further forward just by net. Leylah Fernandez strikes a forehand winner to the right, so 30 all. Leylah Fernandez with a serve to centre, a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return, then a shot from Leylah Fernandez, returned by Daria Kasatkina after another shot or so each. Daria Kasatkina with a forehand to the right with depth. Leylah Fernandez returns, but then Daria Kasatkina strikes a forehand winner to the left. So 30-40 and break point for Daria Kasatkina. Leylah Fernandez reserved to central depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand block return, and Leylah Fernandez with a forehand to the left with depth a bit further forward, and Daria Kasatkina's backhand return on defence is a bit out, so deuce. Leylah Fernandez with a serve towards the centre, but just hits the net, so second serve. Leylah Fernandez was serve centre to wide box depth, and then after a shot or so each, a backhand from Daria Kasatkina to the left, and then Leylah Fernandez with a backhand drop shot to the left, but just hits the net. So advantage and breakpoint Daria Kasatkina on this Leylah Fernandez service game. Leylah Fernandez with a wide serve depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return, then a forehand from Leylah Fernandez. Backhand from Daria Kasatkina. Forehand from Daria Kasatkina to the left with depth. Leylah Fernandez returns. Forehand to the right with a bit of depth from Daria Kasatkina. And then a forehand to the left from Leylah Fernandez is just out. And Daria Kasatkina with a breaker serve on return in the second set. And Daria Kasatkina leads by a set and a break. Won the first set 6-3 with a double break, and leads the second set at 2-love with a breaker serve. Daria Kasatkina service game. Daria Kasatkina with serve centre wide of the box with depth. Leylah Fernandez returns, but then a bit further forward near the net. Daria Kasatkina strikes a backhand winner to the right. A backhand winner to the right from Daria Kasatkina. So 15-love. Daria Kasatkina with serve centre with a bit of depth, and Leylah Fernandez's backhand return to the left is just out, so 30-love. Daria Kasatkina with serve to the centre of the box with a bit of depth, but Leylah Fernandez with a backhand return winner ace. Backhand return winner ace to the right from Leylah Fernandez. So 30-15. So 30-40 and break point for Leylah Fernandez in this Daria Kasatkina service game, but Daria Kasatkina has just won a point, so juice on this Daria Kasatkina service game. Daria Kasatkina with a serve to the centre of a bit of depth and a bit of kick, and Leylah Fernandez's forehand return to the right is just out, so advantage Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina with a centre to wide serve with a bit of depth, but Leylah Fernandez strikes a forehand winner return ace to the right, a forehand return winner ace to the right from Leylah Fernandez. So juice. Daria Kasatkina with a wide serve with a bit of depth. Leylah Fernandez returns to depth. Now after a shot or so each, Leylah Fernandez for forehand to the right with a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina for forehand to the right with depth. Leylah Fernandez turns backhand slice to the left with depth from Daria Kasatkina. Leylah Fernandez turns after another shot or so each. Leylah Fernandez to the net with a forehand volley to the left, and it's a forehand volley winner from Leylah Fernandez. Backhand with depth to the left from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina with return on defence, but then Leylah Fernandez the forehand volley winner to the left on the next shot. So advantage and break point Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina with a serve to the centre, a bit of depth. Leylah Fernandez returns to a bit of depth. Forehand from Daria Kasatkina, backhand bit of depth from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina turns. And then Leylah Fernandez with a backhand to the left, just out. So juice. Daria Kasatkina with a serve to the centre, just out. So second serve. Daria Kasatkina reserve centre to the box, bit of depth. Leylah Fernandez turns with depth. After a shot or so each, Daria Kasatkina with a backhand to the right. Leylah Fernandez then with a shot with depth to the right. Daria Kasatkina returns. Backhand after another shot or so each. Leylah Fernandez then with a forehand to the right with depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand return. Backhand with depth to the right from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina returns. And a backhand slice with depth to the left from Leylah Fernandez. And then Daria Kasatkina with a backhand lob on defence. And it's in. And it's in. What a backhand lob from Daria Kasatkina. What a backhand lob. Leylah Fernandez with a backhand slice with depth to the left, but Daria Kasatkina with a next shot of a backhand lob to the right, and it's a backhand lob winner on defence from Daria Kasatkina. What a shot. So advantage Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina with a serve to the centre, a bit of depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return depth, and backhand Daria Kasatkina. Backhand drop shot to left from Leylah Fernandez is just spot on, and a backhand drop shot winner to the left from Leylah Fernandez. So juice. Daria Kasatkina with a serve to the centre of the box with a bit of depth and a bit of kick, and Leylah Fernandez's backhand return to the left is a bit out, so advantage Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina with a serve to the centre, just out, so second serve. Daria Kasatkina with a Serve to centre of the box with a bit of depth and kick. Leylah Fernandez backhand return with depth. Backhand slice with depth from Daria Kasatkina. Forehand from Leylah Fernandez depth. Backhand return from Daria Kasatkina to the left. And then Leylah Fernandez with a backhand shot just hits the net. So that service game is held. So 3-love Daria Kasatkina. And Daria Kasatkina maintains the lead of a breaker serve in the second set. So Leylah Fernandez service game. Leylah Fernandez service game. Leylah Fernandez serve central depth. Daria Kasatkina turns. Leylah Fernandez forehand. Daria Kasatkina backhand. And then Leylah Fernandez a bit further forward. Hits a forehand to the left with depth. And then Daria Kasatkina with a backhand slice return on defence to the right. But the shot is a bit out. So 15-love. Leylah Fernandez with a serve to central depth. Daria Kasatkina with a forehand block return, but just hits the net, so 30-love. Leylah Fernandez with a serve to the centre, but just hits the net, so second serve. Leylah Fernandez with a serve to the centre of the box with depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand return with depth. Then Leylah Fernandez returns with depth and it's in. And after another shot or so each, Daria Kasatkina with a lob on defence, but then Leylah Fernandez with a backhand volley to the right, and it's a backhand volley winner, so 40-love. Leylah Fernandez with a serve to the centre of the box depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return with depth. Backhand from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina with forehand to the right with depth. Leylah Fernandez turns. Then after another shot or so each, Leylah Fernandez with a forehand to the left with depth, and then Daria Kasatkina hits a forehand return to the left, but it's just out. So that service game is held for Leylah Fernandez, but it's 3-1 Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina leading by a set and a break. 6-3 Daria Kasatkina in the first set of a double break. And Daria Kasatkina leads the second set with a breaker serve at 3-1. Daria Kasatkina with a serve to the centre with depth. Leylah Fernandez turns and a forehand from Daria Kasatkina to the to centre right with a bit of depth, and then Leylah Fernandez's forehand to the right just hits the net, so 15 love. Daria Kasatkina was served to the centre with depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return. Daria Kasatkina forehand to the right with depth. Leylah Fernandez turns to the backhand. Forehand to the left with depth from Daria Kasatkina. Leylah Fernandez turns and backhand slice to the right with a bit of depth from Daria Kasatkina, and then Leylah Fernandez with a backhand slice return to the right. It's just out, so 30 love. Daria Kasatkina with a serve centre of the box with a bit of depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return with depth to the right. Daria Kasatkina returns, but then Leylah Fernandez with a forehand volley to the left, and it's a forehand volley shot winner, so 30-15. Daria Kasatkina was served centre of the box with depth. Leylah Fernandez turns, and then Daria Kasatkina with a backhand to the left with a bit of depth, but then Leylah Fernandez with a forehand shot to the left, but the forehand shot from Leylah Fernandez to the left is just out, so 40-15. Daria Kasatkina was served to the centre with depth. Leylah Fernandez forehand return and forehand shot a bit of depth from Daria Kasatkina to the left, but then Leylah Fernandez on the next shot strikes a forehand to the right, and it's a forehand winner from Leylah Fernandez, so 40-30. Daria Kasatkina was served to centre with a bit of depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return, backhand, bit of depth from Daria Kasatkina. But then Leylah Fernandez returns with a forehand to the left with depth, and Daria Kasatkina's forehand return on defence with a shot to the right is a bit out, so deuce. Daria Kasatkina reserved centre box with depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return with depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand hits top net and bounces over and in. And then Leylah Fernandez returns, but Daria Kasatkina hits a forehand to the left after that. But the forehand to the left from Daria Kasatkina just hits the net. So advantage and breakpoint Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina with a serve that hits the top of the net and bounces out wide, maybe just out, but another serve still. Daria Kasatkina will serve to centre a bit of depth and kick. Leylah Fernandez's backhand return hits top of the net and bounces over and in. And after a shot also each, Daria Kasatkina with backhand, then Leylah Fernandez forehand with a bit of depth to the left. Daria Kasatkina turn, backhand from Leylah Fernandez to the left with a bit of depth, and then Daria Kasatkina's forehand shot to the right just hits the net. So Leylah Fernandez with a breaker serve on return, and it's level on serve in the second set. Leylah Fernandez service game. Juice on this Leylah Fernandez service game. Leylah Fernandez with a serve to the centre with depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return. Leylah Fernandez for forehand with depth to left. Daria Kasatkina backhand return to the right. Forehand from Leylah Fernandez. Then backhand Daria Kasatkina and backhand slice, and a forehand to the right from Leylah Fernandez. Forehand to the right from Daria Kasatkina. But then on the next shot, Leylah Fernandez strikes a forehand to the right, and it's a forehand winner to the right from Leylah Fernandez. So advantage Leylah Fernandez. Leylah Fernandez with a serve, hits the top of the net and bounces just in. Or just out, maybe in, maybe out, but another serve still for Leylah Fernandez. Leylah Fernandez with serve to the centre with depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand block return. Leylah Fernandez backhand to the right with depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand return after a shot. After two shots each, Leylah Fernandez hits a drive forehand volley to the right just by the net. It's just out, although maybe just in, maybe just out. The drive volley from Leylah Fernandez is a bit out. So, juice. Leylah Fernandez reserves to centre with depth. Daria Kasatkina returns with depth. And then Leylah Fernandez beforehand to the left with depth, and Daria Kasatkina's backhand return just hits the net. So advantage Leylah Fernandez. Leylah Fernandez with a wide serve with depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return. Leylah Fernandez then further forward hits a forehand to the right with depth. Daria Kasatkina with a shot on defence returns. And then Leylah Fernandez hits another forehand to the left with depth. Daria Kasatkina with backhand lob on defence, but it's just out. And that service game is held. And it's 3 games all as Leylah Fernandez holds a service game. And it's on serve in the second set. Daria Kasatkina was served with depth. Leylah Fernandez returns, and Daria Kasatkina with forehand to the left. Leylah Fernandez returns. Backhand to the right from Daria Kasatkina. Leylah Fernandez then with forehand return with depth to the right, and Daria Kasatkina's forehand return on defence. The shot is a bit out, so love 15. Daria Kasatkina was served to the centre, but a bit out, so second serve. Daria Kasatkina second serve to the centre of the box. Leylah Fernandez forehand return with depth. Daria Kasatkina with backhand to the left with depth, and then Leylah Fernandez with a backhand with depth to the left, and Daria Kasatkina's backhand slice return is just out, so love 30. Daria Kasatkina with a centre to wide side of the box with depth. Leylah Fernandez turns, but then Daria Kasatkina with a backhand to the right with depth, and Leylah Fernandez gets a bit of forehand racket to it, but can't get the ball much further, so 15-30. Daria Kasatkina serve centre, a bit of depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return to the left is just out, so 30 all. Daria Kasatkina serve centre wide in the box serve with a bit of depth, and Leylah Fernandez's backhand return to the left just hits the net, so 40-30. Daria Kasatkina was served to centre, but hits the top of the net and bounces a bit out, so second serve for Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina second serve to the centre of the box, but just out. Second serve, so first of serves so this is second serve. Daria Kasatkina second serve to the centre of the box, but just hits the net, so juice, double fault, so juice. Daria Kasatkina reserve. Leylah Fernandez backhand return. Backhand from Daria Kasatkina. Forehand from Leylah Fernandez. And then Daria Kasatkina a bit further forward strikes a forehand winner to the right. So advantage Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina reserve centre box, bit of depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return depth. Backhand Daria Kasatkina. Another backhand depth from Leylah Fernandez. Forehand from Daria Kasatkina. Forehand with depth from Leylah Fernandez. Backhand from Daria Kasatkina. Forehand from depth from Leylah Fernandez. Forehand from Daria Kasatkina. And a shot with depth to the right from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina returns, and Daria Kasatkina returns another shot on defence, but then Leylah Fernandez with an overhead smash to the right, and it's an overhead smash winner, so deuce. Leylah Fernandez with a backhand volley to the left from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina with return on defence, and Leylah Fernandez on the next shot with an overhead smash winner to the right, so deuce. Daria Kasatkina with a serve to the centre with depth. Leylah Fernandez returns, and then Daria Kasatkina onto return with forehand slice. And the shot is to the right, but just out, and advantage and break point, Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina will serve towards wide, but hits top of net and bounces in, so another serve at least. Maybe a let. Daria Kasatkina will serve to the centre of the box, just out, so yeah. This is second serve for Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina. The second serve to the centre of the box, but it's a bit out and a double fault. And Leylah Fernandez break a serve on return a serve. And Leylah Fernandez leads the second set with a break a serve at 4-3. Leylah Fernandez. And Leylah Fernandez has a break a serve lead in the second set. Leylah Fernandez service game. Leylah Fernandez was served. Daria Kasatkina turns, and after a shot or so each. Leylah Fernandez with a backhand slice to the right with a bit of depth, but then Daria Kasatkina with a backhand lob with depth. Leylah Fernandez then returns to a forehand with depth. Daria Kasatkina with a forehand to the right, and then a backhand to the left from Leylah Fernandez is just out, so love 15. Leylah Fernandez serve to centre box with a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina returns after a shot or so each. Leylah Fernandez with a backhand to the right with depth. Daria Kasatkina with backhand slice turn on defence, and Daria Kasatkina returns another Leylah Fernandez shot. Another backhand return from Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina with a forehand shot to the right with depth, and Leylah Fernandez returns, and after another shot or so each. Two shots or so each, and Leylah Fernandez with a forehand return, but then Daria Kasatkina a bit further forward with backhand, a bit of depth to the right. Leylah Fernandez returns. Forehand drive volley then to the right, just by net with depth from Daria Kasatkina, and Leylah Fernandez's backhand return is a bit out, so love 30. Leylah Fernandez serve to the centre, but just hits the net, so second serve. Leylah Fernandez serve to the centre, but hits the net and double fault, so love 40, and 3 break points for Daria Kasatkina to potentially, with a breaker serve on return, have the second set level on serve, maybe. Leylah Fernandez, percentage wide serve the box with depth. Daria Kasatkina with a backhand return with depth to the centre, and then Leylah Fernandez with a backhand shot, but it hits the net a bit, and a breaker serve on return for Daria Kasatkina, and it's 4-all in the second set, level on serve in the second set, with Daria Kasatkina leading by 1 set to love. Daria Kasatkina reserved to the centre with depth. Leylah Fernandez forehand return, and forehand to left from Daria Kasatkina with depth. And then Leylah Fernandez with a forehand shot to the right, but just out, so 15 love. Daria Kasatkina with a wide serve with depth, and Leylah Fernandez's forehand return to the right is just out, so 30 love. Daria Kasatkina with a wide serve just out, so second serve. Daria Kasatkina serve to the centre, but just out and a double fault, so 30-15. Daria Kasatkina was served to the centre, a bit of depth. Leylah Fernandez backhand return and forehand with depth to the left from Daria Kasatkina. Leylah Fernandez forehand return, backhand slice depth from Daria Kasatkina. Leylah Fernandez return, and after a shot also, Leylah Fernandez just by the net of a forehand drop volley to the left, and it's a forehand drop volley winner. Daria Kasatkina returning. Leylah Fernandez hit a forehand to the left with depth. Daria Kasatkina with a backhand slice on defence, but then Leylah Fernandez with a forehand drop volley winner to the left. So 30 all. Daria Kasatkina wide serve. But another serve at least. Maybe just out. Daria Kasatkina with a wide serve. But Leylah Fernandez with a backhand return winner ace. A backhand short angled return winner ace to the left from Leylah Fernandez. So 30-40 and breakpoint Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina, the wide serve bit depth. Leylah Fernandez for one block return. And then further forward, just by the net, Daria Kasatkina strikes a backhand winner to the right. So deuce. Daria Kasatkina reserves centre with a bit of depth, and Leylah Fernandez's forehand return to the right is just out. So advantage Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina will serve. Centre box depth. Leylah Fernandez returns after shots. So each Leylah Fernandez with a forehand to the right, a bit further forward depth. And Daria Kasatkina with a backhand return on defence. And Leylah Fernandez with a backhand volley after that. Can't get the ball much further. It hits the net a bit. And Daria Kasatkina holds that service game. And on serve in the second set at 5-4, Daria Kasatkina on serve. So Leylah Fernandez service game. Love 15 on this Leylah Fernandez service game. Leylah Fernandez will serve to centre with depth. Daria Kasatkina forehand return with depth to the right. Forehand from Daria Kasatkina. From Leylah Fernandez rather. And then Daria Kasatkina with a forehand to the right with depth. And then Leylah Fernandez with a forehand to the left. Just hits the net. So love 30. Leylah Fernandez with a serve to the centre, a bit of depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return. Backhand from Leylah Fernandez with depth. Daria Kasatkina for forehand return on defence. And then Leylah Fernandez a bit further forward with a forehand drive volley. Hits the net a bit. So love 40 and 3 match points, 3 championship points for Daria Kasatkina on this Leylah Fernandez service game at love 40. Leylah Fernandez with a serve centre wide the box depth. Daria Kasatkina backhand return. Forehand to the right with depth from Leylah Fernandez. Daria Kasatkina forehand return. Daria Kasatkina another forehand return from another Leylah Fernandez shot. And then Leylah Fernandez with a backhand to the left, but it's just out. Game, set and match. Daria Kasatkina. Daria Kasatkina wins by 2 sets to love, the Leylah Fernandez and wins 6-3, 6-4, and Daria Kasatkina wins the tournament in Eastbourne.